Hey guys, and welcome to another Stitch with me. How are you guys doing? So today I'm having another new start. So I'm going to be doing Little House Needleworks Sugar and Spice. So cute. I've had this kitted for about a year. And I'm going to be doing it on half of this piece, this 1/8 of Picture This Plus 16 count barnwood. It's going to be great. The colors are really going to pop on that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Also, I did my nails this morning. I am ready for Halloween. Excited. All right. You know, we got black for spookiness and bats, white for spooky ghosts, and orange for spooky jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know why everything has to be spooky. Okay, anyways. Really excited. And I just got to figure out where I want to start. The dead center is the tree on this white dress. And I am not the most excited to stitch a white dress first, but also it would be nice to get it over with, wouldn't it? It would be nice. Like sugar and spice. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Fire me. Call the cops. Too many puns. Actually, was that a pun? That was more rhyming, wasn't it? Anyways, how are y'all doing? I'm really excited for, oh my gosh. I'm not normally this bad at threading my needle. It's solely because this stand is like right here. I'm still trying to get used to that. And like not hitting it, not shaking the table too much, all of that kind of stuff. And if you can hear Potter, he's snoozing in the background just a little bit. All right, I'm going to come down just a little. Oh, it would help if I adjust where I'm holding my stitching so that y'all could see it. What's the point of a stitch with me? He's kind of being loud. It's cute though. It's really, really, really cute. So not complaining. So it is Wednesday. Well, it's actually Tuesday. This is going up on Wednesday, the day before my birthday. I will tell you, I decided, and I talked about this in my Friday's video last week, but I decided to take off half of Wednesday, all of Thursday for my birthday, and all of Friday, because who wants to come back after a day and a half for a single day? So I decided, since I'm not taking any vacation or anything this year or anything like that, that I was going to go ahead and treat myself for my birthday and take a mental break off from work. I think it is well deserved, at least in my opinion. And I'm really excited about it, to be quite honest. So Wednesday night, the day that you're seeing this, I am going to go down and meet Tiffany of Tiffin Stitches. If you follow her on Instagram, she goes to a knit night every Wednesday. So I'm really excited. I saw her Saturday for my birthday, and she had to jet not too much before we all got done eating, but because she had a drive home, and had to feed the baby, and then had another drive to another birthday event for a family member. So she had a really busy day. So I'm really thankful that she came. But anyways, we've been planning. Well, she's been telling me about knit night, and it's sounded really exciting. And I was gonna take my top, which actually I have it right here. I was gonna take to make squares for my top, but what I think I'm actually gonna take, we went to the craft store on Saturday, and after lunch, and I got some of the yarn to make like your own like washcloths and like scrubbers and stuff. So, or wool washcloths, not scrubbers. I want to make a scrubber next, but I want to try and make a washcloth, and one skein of this special yarn makes 2 washcloths. So I got a color that I really like, and I'm going to make myself some, and depending on how they come out, I may buy some more of it and make some for Christmas gifts. I feel like I might have talked about this in the video that's going out tonight, Tuesday. But anyways, we'll talk about it in more depth. Anyways, we're going to knit night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 3 more. I'm going to go to knit night with her. And I am really excited to meet some other people who knit and crochet, and to just like learn more and make some new friends. I won't get to see them obviously very often, because it's going to be about an hour to an hour and 20-minute drive for me. I'm going to meet Tiffany at her house and ride with her to the event. And it's 3 hours long, and I'm really excited. So that's kind of what I'm doing for my birthday. 10 and then 2 more. So I'm kind of excited about that. And then Thursday, my dad is probably going to come up and have lunch with me. I have a couple of like things that I need to do around town. I have a necklace that broke, and I need to take the chain to the jeweler to see if it can be repaired. And if it can, I need to drop that off. And they're only open the same hours that I work, and they take a lunch break. So, and it happens to be at the same time that mine is. So I don't get to go by there. They aren't open on the weekends. Small town life. Sometimes you have to take advantage of, taking some time off. And then my glasses are ready. So tomorrow I need to go, or Thursday, well, that will be tomorrow for you guys. Thursday, I need to go pick up my glasses as well. They just called me earlier today and told me that they were ready. So I have to do that. I also need to go and vote. So I'm going to early vote on my birthday as well. And so, yeah, I just have, like things that you don't always get to do. And then Friday, it's just going to be a me day, like I'm going to stitch and relax and, do like my workouts and stuff, and, not take down my Halloween decorations, but I might go ahead and bring in the bins for Halloween and for Christmas, because pretty sure Sunday we're going to make a holiday exchange from Halloween straight into Christmas. I don't have a whole lot of, I know some people just keep out like autumn stuff. I do have some stuff that I could keep out, like some not jack-o'-lantern pumpkins and stuff like that. I don't have very much of it. Oh, I thought I put my phone on silent. I don't have very much of it, and sometimes it's not worth keeping out. And a big part of why I always just jump from Halloween to Christmas also is because I'm usually not home for Thanksgiving or Christmas. So I like to enjoy the maximum amount of time with Christmas decorations and all that kind of stuff out. So there's method to the madness and reason behind it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. But I also, just this weekend, I want to do some stuff around the house. Part of me wants to like do like a hardcore, like deep clean. Like I want to go through every single room. I want to like get down on the floor, clean around all the baseboards, clean up the walls. I want to do a hardcore clean. I don't know if I want to do that the weekend of my birthday. Like I'm tempted. Part of me wants to do that the weekend of my birthday because it's been on my mind. But and also just like hardcore declutter. Like I want to take my time, go through every single room and touch like every item that's in that room and really basically like get rid of some crap. Really declutter, go through that life, the stuff that others have given me and stuff that I've bought, and like really, really, truly go through everything. Part of me really wants to do that. So I don't know. I might start that adventure. I might start it because I feel like it would be like, nice, therapeutic. I don't know. I talked about it in my organization video, but like I have some of those shirts, but I have shirts for other t-shirt quilts in other rooms. And some of them I've already mostly like disassembled and like that kind of stuff. And so, like I want to go through those and like really decide if I were to make this into a t-shirt quilt, and well, not me. If I were to have a t-shirt quilt made, which ones would I truly, 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 truly want in a shirt? The hardest one for me to decide would probably be my Greek life shirts. I would probably want to do like a double-sided quilt. Like one side just for sorority stuff, the other side for like mixers and stuff that we did with fraternities. There's just too many. We were really good at making tasteful yet inappropriate shirts. And then we also just have some that are just flat out the cutest thing in the entire world. And I wish I wouldn't have fully disassembled those shirts because I would love to still be able to wear them. But at the same time, I disassembled them because I was still wearing them and I wanted to be able to preserve them, at least some of them. And I didn't want to keep wearing down the screen print too much before it was made into a quilt. If that makes sense. So, I don't know. I have things that I want to do and accomplish in the next few months and continue going through the house and decluttering. And a lot of it is less needed, like in my closet and stuff. A lot of people, always need decluttering of their closet, but I've been able to do a lot of that this year with losing weight. So a lot of what is still in my closet really truly does fit, and I enjoy all of it as of right now. And as my body keeps changing, I'll just keep redonating it. A lot of it I got from our safe house, they have a thrift store, and because they're a nonprofit, so they take donations of like clothing and furniture and houseware, house goods, all that kind of stuff, and they resell it to earn money for their nonprofit. And so I, several months ago, got some new clothes whenever I literally had nothing to wear. And I thought that we were going back to work, and then wasn't until a couple months later that we went back. But, and by then a couple of the shirts were too big. Some of them were actually starting to fit better. And, anyways, I bought them from there. And so I'll just redonate them whenever I'm done with them. So, and that's where I've been taking a lot of my stuff. Especially my larger things, I took all of that there because of what they do and what their organization is for. They need it for like the hospital closet after people get exams of a certain kind and all your clothes are taken away from you. And so, you know, they don't get as many donations for certain sizes and things like that, or like comfy clothes and whatnot. So I'm glad I was able to donate that to them. But I like to go through all my stuff often, and sometimes I avoid certain areas, but don't we all? You know, there's some areas that are harder to go through than others. But this is so cute. This is also a really big dress. I'm just right here. This little tiny, the glare, that little tiny tree is what I'm building. It doesn't look like it's a tree, but it will be a tree. But is anybody else borderline obsessed with decluttering? Or I know that a lot of people aren't. Some people are, some people aren't. But I don't know. I have a lot of things that I want to do in November. I'm also, so I think I did talk about this in the last Stitch With Me, but a few people have talked to me about starting all the things so that way 2021 can be about finishing all the things. I've been contemplating it. I mean, I would still want a new start here and there. It wouldn't be like a I'm not starting anything type of thing. Like I don't have the desire to do that. But I have been thinking about it, and I pulled everything that from my kitted drawer and everything from I pulled my kitted drawer and just some of my patterns, and there was about 20. There's about 20. Not about. I think there was like 18, but I mean, there's probably like one or two more that I would want to add because I didn't go through digital patterns. Oy vey. I don't know. Do you think that's a good idea? I mean, I'm currently sitting at 50 whips. Oh, 51 with this one. Okay. So, I mean, it would put me at like about 72 or so if I did 20. But again, I didn't look through digital patterns. Ugh. That I've always wanted to start and haven't, or whatnot. I'm torn. Part of me kind of wants to do it, but I also don't know if I'll get so overwhelmed it'll be absolutely ridiculous. But I would have plenty to work on next year. Plenty. I don't know. Do y'all think that is crazy talk? Have any of y'all done that? Like at the end of the year, I started all the things so that way the next year could be like a finish all the things year. Would you even be willing to do that? Like just saying it out loud, I kind of slightly feel anxious, but also excited. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I'm too tempted. To do it. I don't know. Ugh. But also there's some stuff that I want to, like, I want to start a few things in November for them to be Christmas gifts. And I would start them, but I would have to work on them at the beginning of December to like try and get them finished. Because holy bejeez, starting that many things. Could you imagine if I was just like, might as well make it 30? Might as well make it 30, right? One for every day of November. Oh, now that's a little cuckoo. It's a little kooky. I don't know. But I truly am debating it. That idea. And really focusing on stuff next year and not starting a lot of things. Like if I made next year, you know, like only one new start a month. So here's the thing. Some of the stuff that I would want to work on next month or like start are series that I have already started. So I wouldn't count starting a new one of those as a new start. Not technically. So like next year I would want to like finish all of Scary Apothecary. I know that there are 9 patterns. I know that I have 3 left. But if I did like a monthly new start, I wouldn't consider starting the 5th one in that series. Statistics wise, on my pivot table chart, it would be a new start. But I mean like a new start as like starting something like this. Like a complete new start, isn't a series. But like I have 2 left in my Laundry Co. series. I would want to start one of those in November. I want to finish that series next year. If I finished the 2nd one in December and I wanted to do the 3rd one in January, I wouldn't consider that my new start for that month, if that makes sense, because I'm trying to finish the series. Does that make sense? So like I would kind of give myself a little bit of leeway with some of that. Like, I mean, like new start, like January, I want to start like Red Deer. That would be a new start. Secret Santa number 5 would not be a new start because it's a series that I'm trying to finish. But statistics wise, it would be a new start. And the whole series would count as individual finishes. But yeah, I would give myself, you know, little leeway with some of those parameters. Also to try and not like bog myself down too much. But I have some bigger pieces that like I don't get much progress on. And so like, I don't know, it may be a good idea. And the stuff that I pulled, a lot of it, I think there's like two bigger things. But a lot of it is like reasonable sized pieces that are relatively achievable in like a few days. So, you know, they wouldn't necessarily be whips for long, or they wouldn't take long to finish. Like I would start it, and then whenever I picked it back up, it would be able to be easily finished. But I just have so much that I want to start and want to work on. So I don't know. I'm partially tempted. Maybe 2 new starts a month, a small and a large, or like a medium large or a small medium. One of each or something. I only have a few more like larger patterns even in my stash, really, because as much as I love a lot of them, I don't want to like, I don't know, I just don't have places for them. So, and I know I've had that conversation in a Stitch with Me, but earlier this month, but I just don't have a lot of places for them. So I've just become really picky on anything bigger than like something like this, or like the ornaments and whatnot. And like I know Kathy's coming out with that, more of that banner year series, and stuff like that. So I don't know. Look how pretty that's turning out. Gorgeous. All right. Oh, I should probably mark what I've done. I'm kind of going rogue a little bit, not always looking at the pattern. Not a good idea. Not for me anyways. Brain of a goldfish. Okay. We're stitching a little star into her dress. This is going to be so cute. Why did I wait a year to start this? I don't know. I think because I didn't start it around Christmas last year. I think every year to myself, I need to work on Christmas closer to the first half of the year. So that way stuff is already created for Christmas instead of waiting until the Christmas season. And I just haven't strategically convinced myself to actually put that into action. If that makes sense. Logically, it makes a lot of sense to me. And it's how like I want to function. Like around Halloween, if I have anything Easter or like St. Patrick's Day related, that's what I should be stitching on. And you know, like Christmas and Halloween should be in the first 6.5 months. So you know what anyways, I also have a lot of older stuff that I want to get finished, like my Plague Doctor and New World, and I have, you know, I have stuff. So I don't know. I've been considering it. Should I then start new things, or should I just finish the stuff that I already have going? That's where I'm like, I don't know what to do, because both sound like a great idea to me. You know, I want to have enough newer things that I'm excited about, plus the old things that I'm still excited about, so that way I have plenty of options and less temptation for buying and starting new things next year. I need less temptation. I guess it is good though, because I am getting pickier, but still. I don't know. I'm stitching this part of the star because I don't want to skip 5. Like I'll skip, you know, like 2 or 3, but I don't want to skip 5. So I'm stitching this half of the star's arm in conjunction. Little House Needlework patterns are really adorable and pretty easy stitches. Although these dresses will take a hot minute. They're going to be really cute whenever they're done. That is for ding dang sure. I also really want to do some sewing and stuff. So I don't know, maybe I won't do 30. Maybe on the other 10 days I'll actually do some sewing. Because I've missed sewing and I have some really fun stuff that I want to be working on. I don't know how to balance all of the crafts that I want to do very well. Because if I don't work on one, I feel like I tend to kind of feel bad about it. But then because I'm not working on the others, I feel bad about that. I don't know. It's a cycle. Anybody else have that cycle? Or is that also probably like a me thing? I'm also about to have in November a stricter schedule. We're doing a trial run. I'm a guinea pig for a new system with my trainer, and it starts November 2nd. Yes, November 2nd, Monday. Nervous. We didn't talk about weekend schedules. I guess it's the same for the most part. Maybe, I don't know. I guess I should ask him about that. I think I have to see him on Friday too. That's what I'm doing on Friday. I have to go see my trainer again on Friday. That's what I knew I had something, but I couldn't remember what. Could not remember. Y'all can definitely hear Potter in the back. I guarantee you can hear him stretching. He makes that little louder breathing sound whenever he's stretching and changing his sleeping position. It's so cute. But yeah, so knit night, Thursday, all the errands, Friday, time with my trainer, working out, and then the rest of the day, literally nothing. I want to sit and stitch. Saturday, I'll probably be productive for part of the day, and then I have dinner plans for Halloween, and then Sunday, the changing of the decorations. That was a big hit. I am sorry, you guys. And Sunday, changing of the decorations, which also means cleaning. Being that kind of productive, which is always fun. Maybe do some decluttering. Maybe start some deep cleaning. You know, the good stuff. I think we're gonna case in this little star and I'm going to call it a day. So one more row, and then we'll call it. I need to do a few things on my lunch break before it's completely over. I'm excited about the Stitch With Me for my birthday. I know that this week ended up being a lot of Stitch With Me's, but y'all are telling me that y'all really like them, so hopefully that is the case. But the Stitch With Me for my birthday, we're going to be starting the Sucky Bee Day Sow, which is Dracula's Confession by Lindy Stitches. And I'm going to be telling some of my spooky experiences. I think also the reason why, just side note, I think the other reason why I keep on kind of talking about and bringing up what I want to do in November, and if I want to start all the things and not start very many things in next year, is because my final video of the month, I want it to kind of be like a November plans overview. And I want to talk about that stuff and like show some of, if not all, I don't know, maybe I'll keep a few a surprise. But show some of the things that I want to work on in the month of November and kind of have an idea of what I want to do. And that video is coming up. So I'm trying to figure it out and see what makes sense, but also see what other people are doing, just because, not that I'm going to base my decision on what other people are doing, because I need to find what works for me. But it's just interesting to hear why people are choosing to do XYZ 1, 2, 3. I just find it interesting. So yeah, that's really the reason. It's just on my brain trying to figure that out. And like I said, I pulled out yesterday or like late last night all the things that I was like, I wouldn't mind starting this. I wouldn't mind starting this. I wouldn't mind starting this. This has been kidded. I should probably start this. It's kind of like one of those nights, you know? So, I don't know. So I think it's just actually been on my brain because of that. I love that sound. The thread pulling through the fabric. So calming, relaxing. Let me know, because like I said, y'all have given me great feedback. Y'all like the Stitch With Me's. Would y'all want a Stitch With Me where I don't talk and you can just hear the noises of the stitching? Is that something that y'all would be interested in? Because I'm down. Down to clown. Not with clowns. I don't do clowns. Do not do clowns. But yeah, let me know. Would y'all want a ASMR type video? Like, you know? Anyways, let me know. An ASMR Stitch With Me. Because that would be fun to do too, to just sit here and not have to come up with topics. No, it's okay. I like to ramble. But that would be kind of fun for me. I really enjoy ASMR personally. And so if that's something that y'all are interested in, I could do a no talking Stitch With Me ASMR style. You hear all the thread and fabric sounds over anything else. But that's where we're going to stop on this one. Again, 16 count barnwood from Picture This Plus. Little House Needleworks Sugar and Spice. Super cute pattern. They're cooking and all that kind of stuff. Really like this pattern. I've had it kitted for a while. I picked my own colors to go better with my fabric. So yeah, I hope that y'all enjoyed that, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.